Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm Sean with 1720 Media Company. We are a multimedia company right here in Chambersburg, Pennsylvania. Today, I'm doing something that I'm pretty excited about. I have been rocking this, it's a 2011 or 2012, 2013, I'm not sure, MacBook Air that I bought when I got out of high school, and it has served me well. But now, as the owner of a media company, I decided it was time to upgrade. An upgrade that is years past due. I've been running Mac Studios. Right now I'm running the Mac Mini that has the M2 chip in it. Always been a Mac fan, and these guys have been doing nothing but fantastic things with upgrading here with these most recent M2, M3. Now, what we're about to show you, the MacBook Pro that has the M4 chip. Throw that on the ground, we don't need it. So I picked this up 2 days ago. It's already been shipped and delivered to me. This is the 14-inch MacBook Pro with the M4. It is in the space black. We have 16 gigabytes of RAM and then 512 gigabytes of internal storage. So not the maxed out version. We did kind of go with the cheaper model that they have available, but it's all I really need. I'm going to be doing some light photo editing, maybe some video editing. I'm going to be mainly using my main, like I said, my Mac Mini here for most of my video editing. Just needed something that I can take on the road for me if I'm doing wedding videos or photography. That way I can actually use a laptop and not like the old MacBook Air. I am not a tech expert by any means, so this video is more about the enjoyment and the satisfaction that we all get from unboxing Mac products. I have to admit, I did cheat a little bit. We did undo the green tabs already. I wanted to at least see it when it came today, but otherwise this is going to be an unboxing. We'll get it turned on for the first time, kind of go through some of the main specs from the just from a initial reaction standpoint. I'll do another video here in a couple days once I've used it for a little bit and study up on some of the actual specs and how everything performs. So with that, let's take a look at what we got here. So again, Apple's classic, the boxing and packaging that they have always been famous for. So here it is, 14-inch MacBook Pro with the M4 chip. Again, there's just nothing more satisfying than that. Again, space black, you'll see here, pretty good with not showing fingerprints. There, it leaves some, but nothing crazy. I believe the spec on this is it weighs 3.5 pounds. So a pretty hefty computer, pretty hefty laptop. A little bit thicker than what I was anticipating, just initial reaction. We do have the kind of the pads there on the bottom for sitting it on your desk. We do have fans here on the back, so that's a nice feature. Keep everything nice and cool. We've got our power connectors there. 1, 2, 3 USB-C ports. And then there is an HDMI port, an SD card reader, which is fantastic. Again, for what I'm going to be using it for, don't need to have any adapters or dongles to be able to review footage or pictures that I'm taking. And then they do have actually a headphone jack on here, so that's a nice addition as well. Let's set this aside for now. We'll take a look and see what else we've got in here. So the charging cable. Get this torn apart here. Very durable, kind of woven nylon kind of feel it looks like. I'm assuming there's a block in here somewhere. We will see. I'm not sure, but this would be the connection for to charge the laptop. But that's the charging cable. Already have it a tangled mess, so we'll have to figure that out. I'll set that aside. I am anxious to see here actually if there's a charging block. That is one thing that Apple has done for the last couple of years. Fantastic, yes, there is a charging block. I was going to say with the iPhones, they stopped sending blocks, and that has turned out to be a royal pain in the rear, depending on how many you already have. But so it does come with a charging block. Again, their packaging that they're famous for, with those little green tabs that you pull, and everything comes off. Looks like you do have the capability of swapping this out, like with the other chargers, if there's a different kind of plug that you need to use. So that's pretty slick. Set all that aside, and then obviously we've got all of the specs. Yeah, so it just kind of goes over through here. So Thunderbolt 4, I think I said USB-C, that's the same thing, but their Thunderbolt version. The MagSafe 3 charging port, USB-C, Thunderbolt, same thing, HDMI port, and then the card slot. They did get rid of so we've got the Touch ID. We'll get to that in a second here, but they get rid of the touch. They got rid of the slide, the touch slide there at the top of the keyboard. Went back to the Touch ID with your thumbprint or fingerprint. That's the power button as well. We'll get back to that. What else do we throw in here? Yep, that's probably important. Okay, well, is that really all that they put in there? That's literally all they put in there. The rest of that is just cardboard backing. Interesting. Sounds a little wasteful. Speaking of wasteful, that is it. There's nothing else in there. I didn't get an Apple sticker. What? They don't do Apple stickers anymore when you buy Apple products? Oh well. Back to the actual computer, right? So 3.5 pounds, space black. Love the way it looks. They got the little indent here that you can do the one finger open. They do have a screen protector on there. Now, I guess the cat's out of the bag. I did open it up earlier, went through the process of just opening it. That was it, and it automatically turned on. So, again, the trackpad that we're used to with Apple products, a little bit smaller than maybe the bigger version of the same laptop, but a full-size keyboard. Okay, apparently if we do that, talk about the screen here really quick. They do have an option that is, I forget the exact verbiage, but there's another screen option that you can get. I did not get that. Just right off the bat, I mean, this is, the teacher tell you, all you tech folks out there are freaking out. I've got my hands all over my screen. There's no fingerprints there though. That's impressive. So it's pretty resistant to that. You do have a camera up here. I believe that's a full 1080p webcam, which is nice. Again, just very sleek. Once it's opened up here, you can see that screen is very thin. Again, nice and sleek. Just a classic Apple product. I'm not gonna lie to you. The satisfaction of opening Apple products is bar none. And right out of the box, we need a software update. While we're waiting on that to update, just a couple quick specs here. We'll read these off. I mentioned the screen, 14.2 inches, but it's 3024 by 1964 as far as resolution. Again, the Apple M4 chip, which is their most recent chip here. This was just released this year. The total internal storage that with this model is the 512 gigabytes. You do have some options when you're purchasing this to do higher amounts. I believe there's 1 terabyte, 2 terabytes. I usually run on hard drives, so I have a lot of most of my files and things are going to be on hard drives. And then the RAM is 16 gigabytes, so that 16 gigabyte RAM is going to be really good for what I'm doing it for. Again, the Apple M4 10 core for the graphics card. Nothing surprising there. It's going to be fantastic. Display type looks like it's LED. Touchscreen, no. Obviously, it's an Apple product. Wouldn't that be amazing if they came out with a touchscreen MacBook? But then they couldn't get us to keep buying iPads. Lithium-ion polymer battery that they claim can last 18 hours. So I'm anxious to see how long that battery life actually is. It did come with a 1-year warranty, and that was for, looks like Apple 1-year limited warranty on parts and labor. When you purchase these, you do get, I think it was 3 months free of the Apple Music. There was like a number, I think Apple Arcade, a couple different free features that you can get with Apple when you first buy and get this thing set up. So not anything I'm interested in, but it is a nice feature, a nice touch for them. Well, there's an interesting update. It's 30 minutes remaining, so we're going to hit pause, and we'll jump back in when it's done right about now. All right, so our update is finished. Looks like it wants us to go through and do some of the same things we already did. Good, pulls over all the other things. All right, Apple Intelligence. This is something that I'm excited for. With the new M4s and their new the new iPhones that they've come out with, they've been advertising this pretty hard with Apple Intelligence. I don't know much about it. I'm excited to try to get to use it and see what it does, what it can do. I do use ChatGPT a good bit with a lot of my social media advertising. It's just a great tool to come up with, help come up with copy for posts, things like that. So I'm anxious to see what Apple Intelligence does. So writing and summarization, enhance your writing, summarize notifications, mail, messages, and more. yada, yada, yada. Start of a new era for Siri. Never really, actually, I've really never used Siri, so I don't know if maybe I will now that it's, you know, smarter, but we'll see. I am anxious to see what the Apple Intelligence is all about. File vault. Security encryption by accountant's password. Sure. All right, Touch ID. All right, this is the part that I'm anxious for. So use your fingerprint to unlock your Mac and make purchases with Apple Pay. Start by placing your finger or thumb on the Touch ID. So there's that. So this is just like setting it up on the old iPhones. Same process. Just place your finger a couple different ways until it tells you you're good. And do it some more. Just kind of rotating every little bit here. Touch ID is ready. Welcome to Mac. We are, well, real time, almost half an hour into this. We finally get that message, so that's nice to see. All right, so here we are. We are into the new MacBook Pro with the M4. A couple of the applications that I will regularly be using are going to be DaVinci. So I have a Blackmagic camera that we're recording on. Recording in 4K, 60 frames a second. I'm anxious to jump in here. Again, typically what I'm planning on doing is just using this laptop for most of my, like, you know, typing, any, you know, my social media management. Not probably going to be using it for a whole lot for video editing. Want to be able to get it to where my Mac Mini is just for video editing. One thing that I do miss, and I see they didn't do it on this one either, is the button on your keyboard that pulls up your Launchpad. I know that it's on the screen, obviously. I wish they would still have that button up here where you click it and it just launches your Launchpad. I use it a lot, which, I don't know, maybe that's a weird thing, but I do use it a good bit. And I wish they'd bring it back. Guys, thanks for watching. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Check out some of our other videos here as we get them out with this specific laptop, but as well as some other things that we've got in the works for you. Appreciate you watching today. Hey, if you are looking for any kind of videography work, social media management, anything like that, check out 1720 Media Company. Again, we're here in Chambersburg, Pennsylvania, 1720media.net. My name is Sean. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.